Alright, hey everyone, this is Slugs. This is a quick, hopefully quick, level 7 tutorial in the series of how not to die, or how to survive, whatever you want to think of it as. Typically you're coming to this level in first quest from either level 2 or 5. This will focus on either scenario, assuming you have 7 bombs entering the level. If that's a concern for you, then you're going to have to farm during the level to get more than 7. You have 3 options. This room right here has a bomb pack. You could also force one if you only have like 1 or 2 bombs. You can get a free drop in here and also force one. So that would fill your bombs up. Optionally, there's a bomb pack in here, but you gotta fight 5 gorillas and get beamed by the Beamos. Third option is here. There's 4 keys in this room. Kill them, you get a drop. If you're going that route, might make sense to save a key early, because there's a key directly below it in the room to the left of start. So if you're having bomb trouble, entering this with 7 or more bombs, the key's in here, might want to consider one of those options, or buying a pack when you're buying the arrows if you have extra money. But let's assume that you have 7 bombs. The goal of this tutorial is how to survive level 7 every time, and there's a couple strategies to do that. So in this first room, you're going to try to pause right there. This will give you an opportunity to see what the bottom 2 gorillas are doing. If they're facing inward toward you, there's an opportunity that they might throw a boomerang at you, in which case you would just wait that out and then proceed upward. In this case, looks like they're going to go just above the Beamos probably and throw inward or move inward, which is fine. The goal is to get to the top of the room, so you can bomb the top hole open, which would either be placing a bomb in the first or second row from the top. That'll open up the hole for you. Instead of actually pausing here with select, typically I'd recommend pausing here with just your pause button so you can menu over to bombs. You can get a sneak peek. So let's go back, see what that looks like. So stop, that guy's throwing on the left. We'll wait it out. And we're safe. We'll pause in here too. Kind of a sub-goal of this is I budget outside of the combat rooms. There's 3 combat rooms aside from the boss. There's the river room, there's Dig Dogger, and the Wallmasters. I budget a heart of damage, roughly, for each room. And you see I have 11 hearts right now. So if I take a heart of damage per room, that still leaves me with enough hearts, assuming I get no drops, to make it through the level just fine. So I don't really worry, for the sake of time, about getting hit in the level. I just try to progress as quickly as possible with a couple little helps. So in this room, any gorilla that's facing toward the middle can throw at you. And as long as you're standing on a half tile intersection like I am currently below a potential thrower, you are not going to get hit. So I use this opportunity to switch to arrows. What's up, Evad? And I typically do it on the second intersection from the top, but it just depends on the gorillas. So like right there, I'm going to get hit from the bottom potentially. Made it through. Alright, this room. Directly above us is a keys. A bubble is to the right on, I think, the top, and then there's a keys on the right on top and bottom as well. The 3 left spawned enemies there are gorillas. So I gave myself a budget of 10 arrows here. And what we're going to do with that is we're going to shoot an arrow directly on entry, and we're going to pick off that keys that's directly above us. We're going to strafe to the left, 2 full tiles, which will put us on a grid intersection, and we're going to fire an arrow up. We're going to stab the bottom guy after we fire, and keep firing arrows until we do damage to both the bottom and top gorillas in that 4th column from the left. While we're doing this, we're going to kind of scan the right side of the room to see if there are keys that we can arrow while we're doing that combat. And lastly, we're going to clean up either a keys or the top left gorilla at the end of the room. So we're going to move up. Let's start over from the beginning. It's kind of hard to start from middle of a room. So we'll start from the beginning, see how we do. The guy's throwing on the left. Alright, we're in. We're going to switch to arrows in this room. Stop right there. We're going to get hit probably, but that's okay. Within our budget. Didn't get hit. Arrow up, stab. Arrow, start to pick these guys off on top. We still had 2 arrows left, so we spent only 8. In this room, it's possible that the Dig Dogger will go toward the door. If that's the case, you either want to wait it out, or try to damage boost through the Dig Dogger with one of the fireballs, because it's less health intensive than getting hit by Dig Dogger himself. And as I'm going through the door or needing to dodge, I will menu to meat in this room, which it's not mandatory, but it sets us up for the meat usage in the next 2 rooms. I took damage because I'm not paying attention, but it's fine. Got our meat. We're going to place the meat directly up when we move in this room. And it traps that top Gorilla in a safe spot. Stab through if you need to. Nothing really interesting in here. This next room is what we call a Chevy room. We're going to go across the water and stab, and damage boost through the bubble to get past that Gorilla. Alright, this room, what I'm targeting visually is I'm targeting the bottommost Gorilla on the left. That guy will either move up toward the middle of the room vertically or toward the left bottom corner. In either case, the Gorilla is going to be tempted, in some cases, to throw the boomerang upward where Link might be traveling across. And so that's the one I worry about the most. The ones on the right typically move out of the way enough where you're safe, or they can be killed with your bomb blast. The goal for bombing in this room is if you see the bottommost block on the right side, I'm trying to place the bomb directly above that to open the bomb hole and also potentially kill some gorillas or spread them away from me. Like I said, budget for me is a heart per room, and I think we'll be fine. You could stop to menu in this room wherever you feel like would bait or protect you from gorilla fire. So we're gonna do right here. Bomb. 1 hard damage, we're fine. No, it could bait that gorilla. Still within our budget. If you put the bait where I put it in that room, it will stun that top gorilla, essentially. Confuse him. So we're going to bomb above Dig Dogger to get the best chance of killing the mini Dig Doggers. Gonna bomb another one. You can collect health in here if you want. I'm not going to. In this room, you can try to get Dodongo to come right, about 3 tiles above where I'm at now, to smoke it. But if it's not happening quickly, just open the door and proceed. Alright, in this room you want to go straight down and hold against the wall, attack this guy. And what I did here is I did it intentionally. I did not hold against the wall the whole time. I actually let go of my down button slightly. And what that did is it caused the wall masters to delay spawning, and they spawn behind me. When you do this room optimally, what they'll do is they'll spawn in front of you always. And I think I have a save state that shows that, or where I can demonstrate that. So go down, stab left, and see, I was late again. So let's try it again. You want to keep facing the way you want them to spawn. Let's do it again, a couple more times. The goal is to keep the wall masters in front of you at all times. If you get a clock, don't worry. See how they're spawning in the wall? There's one right here. There should also be 2 right here. Let's go back. The wall masters will spawn in the wall the direction you're facing. What happens if you get ahead of them too far is you'll miss them, and you'll have to play defense. Let's try to do an optimal one, just showing different ways to fail in this room. See how I missed a stab? That could be okay. I shouldn't be using a bomb there because you might not have an extra one. So the goal is here to keep them always in front of you. In that case, you could switch to arrows to pick them off. The thing is, as long as you're touching the wall, that bottommost bubble that's unspawned will not spawn. What happened there is I took too long, so it spawned behind me. If you're gonna get bubbled, arrows is a smart play. See how I was on this tile for a minute? There's lots of ways to mess this up. I only have 2 arrows here. I gave myself a really small budget, but it's still enough to pick 2 off. See how long I took on the left side? They spawned behind me. You want to be pressed against the wall at all times and facing forward, except for when you're doing damage to that guy. In this case, it's probably sensible just to do this real quick. But ideally, you can get through without doing that. This is probably the most technical room in the level. Something like that. Still, we're way on bomb budget here. We're way on health budget. You want to place the bomb right there again. Avoid damage if you can. Sometimes you can collect a bomb drop right there. And you're out. If you have an extra bomb to spare, it saves time at Aquaminus to bomb. And that's level 7. Kind of in a nutshell. Let's play through it once real quick. And then we'll be done. Win, lose, or draw. Alright, so we're going to stop here. We saw that left guy fire. We're going to get this other guy to fire. Bomb, get past all the danger and through. We're going to switch to arrows in this room, right there. We're safe. Shoot up, go left, shoot up. Pick off the keys as you're working towards this Korea. Perfectly fine. Just avoid Dig Dogger contact here, because that's the biggest threat in that room. Place the meat up in this room. It stuns the top Korea into a safe spot. Try to clip into the Grumble Grumble if you're feeling frisky. I missed it. Stabbers are crossing the river in this room and take bubble boost. Still damageless. Watch the bottom left Korea here. He goes left, so you're safe. Switch to your bombs. Bomb right there. And we took a damage. Still very healthy. Bottom row. Watch the center Korea. Don't let him hit ya. Bomb right there again. No drops. Perfect. In this one, you're watching the leftmost Korea. He hit us, but he put us in a safe spot. And here you want your bombs to be above Dig Dogger if possible. And if you're feeling threatened health-wise, you can collect drops. I typically skip them. Oops, missed them. If you miss them, you can sort them down or leave the room. In either case, it will despawn. No bomb drops there. Keep the wall masters in front of you here if you can. Alright, we're kind of in danger. You can kind of be in the hitbox a while if you have iframes, but you just want to be running away from it if you get trapped. Alright, so we have to menu here, so menu in a safe spot. You can push that guy out of the way. Always bomb in the same spot. Collect your bombs if you get some. Since we're not menued to bombs already, we'll just stab Aquaminus normal. And look at us. Very small refill. Made it through 7 reasonably quick and safe. So, that's kind of an idea of how you might do 7. Enjoy and good luck out there. Cheers.